What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 3 in Kappa mode. So guys, I have been taking a look at where this pack is going to go. What is the very end game thing that we need to make? And that is going to be the creative chest. So if we take a look at a creative chest, this guy right here is an item where you put in any single item and then you can extract all of that item. So regardless if it has EMC or not, this is the ultimate creative item that you can get in this mod pack. Anything you put in there, you can extract unlimited of. So if we make two of these chests, for instance, two of these creative chests, if you put one inside there, then you can make unlimited of the creative chest, for instance. But then that means we'd have to do this recipe twice, and that would be a little crazy. Pretty much what we want to do is we want to make the creative chest, and the real hard thing about making this is this chaos plank item. If we look at the recipe down here, all the different items required, the chaos plank, which is the third item in the list, says we need 8 of these. And that doesn't sound that bad. Only 8 of these items, no big deal, right? Well, yeah, check out this recipe. Each one of these, remember, we need 8 of them. Each one of these requires us to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 chaos ingots. We have not made a chaos ingot yet, so we need 8 of those, which requires 14 chaos ingots each. Each chaos ingot is going to require chaos catalysts. So that is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 chaos catalysts. Okay, so 8, 14. What did I just say this was? 11 chaos catalysts. Each chaos catalyst requires us to have an infinity catalyst. And we already know about these infinity catalysts, right? Because that requires the ultimate singularity, and each of those requires one of these singularities. So you can see that this is going to get quite expensive. In fact, I have done a little bit of math over here. So it is 14 times 9. Remember, we only need 8 of them to make the chest, but if we're making that chest, we're going to want one more chaos ingot in order to duplicate it. So we need 9 of those. So that means we need 126 chaos ingots. So 126 times 11 is the chaos catalyst amount. That's 1,386 chaos catalysts. That means we need 1,386 ultimate singularities, which is essentially 1,386 of every type of singularity that we've been making, which is a whole lot. So that means approximately 22 stacks of every single singularity. And that's going to be about 12.7 million blocks of each type. Now, the ones that require EMC are not that big of a deal, but other ones like Kelline, for instance, we are spawning these in using our spawners. We currently have 1.8 million blocks. Now, keep in mind, while it doesn't seem like we have a whole lot of them, that is a significant portion of these. Plus, we already have 4 stacks of Kelline singularities, plus an additional stack that's already in our singularity compressor, right? So we have 5 stacks out of the 22-ish of each of these. And yeah, we have already filled up and we're no longer making those. So the next step is we need to increase the storage space, the amount of singularities that we can hold. That way we can continue to craft those and eventually we will fill up. So trying to be able to do this is a little tricky. I was trying to see how we could get to 22 stacks in one of these basic drawers. Now it is possible to do it if we do drawer. If we grab, let's see, which one is it? We need the storage downgrade. So this I have the in my inventory. The storage downgrade brings us down to a single stack, and then we can upgrade that to 2 stacks. Then we can upgrade that further to 6 stacks, and then further yet to 22. Yeah. So with these 4 items, if we put that into the drawer here, we can change it to hold 22 stacks, which is what we need, which is fantastic. That means we're not going to be making way too much. We'll be making just enough. Plus, it'll have an additional stack in the compressors themselves. So yeah, we will have essentially 23 stacks of each type, which means we will be able to duplicate those and whatever we want with the creative chest afterwards. Okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to upgrade all of our storage drawers to have these 4 upgrades in them, and then when they fill up, we are good to go with the making of the Chaos Plink. Well, all the stuff that's going to be required to make the Chaos Catalyst, I guess, from the Infinity Catalyst. There is still a whole lot of other stuff here that I haven't really looked at, but I think this is like the biggest time sink. At least I hope it is. A lot of these other things, we can just queue them up and let it go and, you know, we'll have them. These are things that we will want to speed up because, or at least queue them up because they will take a very, very long time. But yeah, first things first, let's go ahead and start upgrading our drawers here to all of these different upgrades. And thankfully, I was kind of checking this out. I thought before that you could only like do a shift right click on here to insert the upgrades from the front, because you can only like, you know, do a double right click to dump items into these drawers from the front. But no, you can upgrade from like the side or the bottom. So yeah, that'll make this real simple. I just have to go through each one of these and put in the upgrades. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll be right back. Okay, so all the drawers are upgraded, which means all of our quantum compressors now have space to put in more blocks. So we are putting in quite a lot of blocks. In fact, I think this might be one of the first times like all of these things are running at max speed since we first hooked this up. Because we have a big backlog of these other blocks, like, you know, the Flux Electrum and stuff, that we've just been spawning in, even though we have no room for it. But yeah, we have 16.32 quadrillion EMC right now. If we press shift, we can see the actual number here. And that is going down pretty fast, but we have a whole lot of it built up. How much of this we're going to use before we get 22 stacks of all of these? I don't know. But between episodes when I log out, we are spawning in the 8x compressed obsidian. That's the 7x. This one. And that has quite a lot, 2.7 billion per block. So we get quite a lot of it as well. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure we'll have enough EMC to keep up with it. I'm not worried at all. Speaking of big numbers, if we come up here and look at our Powerball as well, we are up to almost 8% full on this guy. That's kind of crazy as well. That's so much power. There's no way we're ever going to use any of this. Well, we will use some of it, but nowhere near the amount that we have in there. Yeah, just crazy. We're just going to let that continue to fill throughout the series, I do expect. But yeah, so now that we got a few of those things going here, I was kind of looking at the quest book and I saw that the Chaos Ingot was the next one. I was like, oh, what is that used for? And then I kind of like was going through all this and I got to the creative chest. Yeah, so we are preparing for this, but before we even can get here, we got a few other things that we can start taking care of. Last episode, I do believe we got through the rest of the Lordcraft stuff. We have a few more quest lines here that we still have to turn our attention to. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll finish up the blood magic. We have some of the Botania things that are left over. And then, of course, we have some Abyssalcraft stuff. So one of the first things, Dagger of Sacrifice, I think we've already gotten past this stage. This was one option in order for us to get the blood shards. But yeah, we don't need that. I guess we can get rid of all of this stuff right now. Get rid of all of that. So we need a lava-infused sword. That's EMC. We just put it through a tier 2 blood altar, and then we get the Dagger of Sacrifice. And since I don't think we've made that before, but we have access to EMC, we'll go ahead and just do it this way. So that was called, what was it? Infused Lava Sword? Infused Lava. This guy. Okay, and then I will unlearn that. So over here, we just drop the sword right into this guy, and that should happen pretty quickly. I would expect that it just turns into that dagger. There it is. And there it is, Dagger of Sacrifice, easy. So yeah, the Dagger of Sacrifice, I do believe, is what you use to kill monsters, and it'll give you a chance of getting blood shards, I think. I could be wrong, but either way, like, we're beyond that point right now, so it doesn't really matter. We're not going to be using that. We're just doing it to complete the quest. So we'll claim the RAK on that. Runes for the altar. So we have a few of these already done, but a few of them we don't have done. So speed rune, rune of sacrifice, rune of the orb, acceleration rune, and charging rune. Let's go ahead and bookmark some of these things so we don't have to look at the quest book every time. So rune of the orb, acceleration, and charging rune. Okay, so the recipes for these, anything too crazy here. So that's a demonic slate. That's pretty easy for us to do. Blink, rune, glowstone. All right, this guy is a demonic slate and a speed rune. So we'll get the speed rune just by doing the acceleration. Rune of the orb is a couple of blink runes. That's easy. Rune of sacrifice, reinforced slate, stone. Okay, and then speed rune is blink slates. Easy. I'm just going to go ahead and knock these out real quick. Yep, I think we got a good portion of these parts in here anyway. So I'll just go ahead and do those. We'll be right back. All right, so while waiting for the demonic slates to be made, I went ahead and I finally made a replacement crystal cluster. We used one of these a while ago for some reason. We made 4 of these and I needed this for another recipe. And we've only had 3 sitting here for the longest time. But anyway, yeah, I went ahead and I made another one using the star metal, spacious crystal, pure fluix, and ruby over on our altar over here. In fact, we even needed one of these crystals that we have in this chest, the celestial crystal. But yeah, we have those, and if we need any more, I guess we can just animate it and spawn it in. But anyway, so we wanted to make the acceleration rune and the charging runes. These are the ones that require the demonic slate and another tier. So we have a speed rune made already. There's an acceleration rune. And then we need a charging rune. And there we go. So that should be all of the different runes for that quest. So that quest should now complete, hopefully. There it is. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Cool. So the dagger of sacrifice, we were talking about that, how I said that you can use this to get blood shards. That's not actually what this is for. I was looking this up too during that break, and this is the dagger that you use to kill monsters. Dagger of sacrifice. You kill monsters nearby your blood altar, and it puts a bonus amount of essence into your altar based on the health of the mob or the type of mob. I can't remember what it said, but anyway, something like that. But either way, we're not using that. The sacrificial dagger that we just right click with the essence altar puts in like 200 buckets of essence at a time. That is way more than enough for what we need here. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother messing with that at all. I guess I need to get a little bit more hungry here, and then my suit will auto eat. No, do I have to be 2.5? There it is. Okay, so yeah, now we can recover our health. Cool, so we have that quest done. So moving on, we have Sentient Armor. This is, I guess we just need one of these. This is the last piece that we need in order to complete the blood magic section. So in order to do this, we need a lesser tartaric gem, a diamond chest plate, block of iron, and obsidian. Well, we thankfully have diamond chest plates. Otherwise, we'd have to go through a long chain of quests, or I guess the armor quests. So we could just take one of these, put a mending book on it, and fully repair it. I think that's what we're going to do. Unless we can do it while it's damaged, we'll try that as well. Lesser tartaric gem is the other thing that we have to do, and that requires a petty with this stuff in the Hellfire Forge. We've done that before, and then we've also upgraded these all the way to the Grand Tartaric Gem. So again, I'm going to go ahead and make a quick cut here. We'll get the Lesser Tartaric Gem made, and then we'll see if we can just use this piece of diamond armor in order to upgrade. All right, so are we going to be able to do this the easy way? Let's find out. And oh yeah, look at this. It is working. It doesn't have to be fully repaired. Sweet. So there's our Sentient Armor Gem. I like it. So is that all we need to do? It looks like it. All right, so we'll claim that guy. We'll claim this guy. Yeah, we're not actually going to be using the Blood Magic Sentient Armor. We have no need for it, especially since we're already at the Draconic or Weakened Draconium. What is this armor? Draconic? Yeah, we're already at that stage. There's no reason to ever like go back to this other armor. It's not as good. So now we're into the Botania section. So this is kind of a few different random items. So we still are missing Dragonstone, which is a mana diamond thrown through the portal. So mana diamond, let's just do that real quick. Where is the portal? Right here. All right. We could set up a recipe to automatically make those, but it has EMC, and now we have 1,000,000 dragon stones, so there really is no point in doing that. So wanted to get rid of this. So there's no point in doing that. Okay, so that completes the Gaia Guardian quest. Good thing that we got credit for that, even though that was blocked out previously. And then Conjuration Catalyst. All right, so this is another, this one has EMC. We don't even have to craft it. We can just come over to our table over here. I guess we could have done the same thing with the Dragon Stone as well. So Conjuration. Boop. There it is. Quest complete. Right? Yep. Okay. Just making sure it wasn't something that we had to craft. We just had to have the item. Alchemy Catalyst. Alchemy. Let's scroll through and see if we can find it. It was right there. Cool. So there's our Alchemy Catalyst. Mana Spreader Turntable. Spreader Turntable. Now this is kind of cool, I guess. I believe this will allow you to like move a mana spreader. I actually don't know what the use of this is. Since a mana spreader you can set to point in any direction, maybe this will like rotate it based on a redstone signal or something. I would have to look in the Botania book, but honestly, we don't need to worry about that, I don't think. Okay, so Rosa Arcana does not have EMC, and does this, the Jaded Amaranthus? This doesn't have EMC either. So let's go ahead and bookmark both of these. Click that again. Okay, so we need a Rune of Mana. And then on the other one, we are going to need a Rune of Spring. Rune of Mana. Easy. And then Rune of Spring. Do we have an extra Rune of Spring right here? I imagine we probably do. Yes, Rune of Spring. Awesome. So both of those will be pretty easy. So I'm going to need 2 purple, 2 pink, and a lime. Purple. Mana. Purple petal. All right, so 2 purple, 2 pink. Yeah. Pink petal, and then 1 lime petal. Easy. And that went with the Rune of Mana. So the spring we'll put up here. In fact, I'm just going to throw all of these in our applied energistic system. All right, so those 3 go to, or I'm sorry, those 4 go together. And then this one required us to have a redstone root, purple, lime, and green. Okay, well, lime, purple, and then a green petal. Then we needed a redstone root. Okay, and then of course we're going to need seeds. 1 seed per recipe. All right, so I think that is all we need to do. Again, I'll unlearn that to make our applied energistic stuff a little less laggy. And then where is the thing? Right there. Okay. So I'm going to need water bucket. 2 of those. Okay, so then in order to do the Botania, we just right click, or I'm sorry, Q, and then Q. Sweet. So there's the Jaded Amaranthus. And then we got to do bucket of water in there, and then Q all these in there. And there is our Rosa Arcana. Sweet. So we got both of those. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and knock out this quest here. This is the last of the Galacticraft one. This just wants us to make a deconstructor. So the deconstructor requires some aluminum wire, shears, furnace, and then some compressed steel. All super easy things, and none of which we needed to do previously since we weren't taking apart any of our rockets. All right, so there's some aluminum wire, and there we go. Deconstructor. Yet another quest complete, and another page complete. Cool. So now that we have that one done, we can move on to, well, I guess we can start looking at Omnicrom. We got a little bit of time left in today's episode, and we still got to get a bunch of these quests knocked out. So let's start by doing, I guess the overworld altars would be the next one. Wasteland, Dreadlands. And then Amethol is probably going to wait until another day, I would imagine. Maybe. So we've already made the overworld energy pedestal, but we need to make an overworld sacrificial altar. Let's go and bookmark that so I can get back to this thing easily. So we need darkstone, cobblestone, corallium gems, and shadow gem shard. We can do this anywhere. And so like we could do it in one of the other dimensions if we wanted to. And we need the Necronomicon with 5,000. It only requires 400. Okay. So, shadow gems, corallium, cobblestone, shadow gem. We'll just learn that, do that, and actually learn it so we have it for the future. Cool. So 2 of those. And is that it? I guess we need the sacrificial altar. And we have 1,000,000 of those. All right, cool. So I think that should be about it. So we'll come over here and start using this wonky setup, which we haven't had to use for a while. Well, actually, I guess we're using this setup over here. So we put our sacrificial altar right there. Then we need to put in gem, cobble. You don't actually have to put them in the diagonals like on the thing. I'm just doing it because I can. Oh, and then we needed the corallium, which I forgot to grab. Corallium. And then a shift right click on this makes it do the weird noise. And that's going to use 500 of the PE here. So we're about halfway done, a little over half now. And, oop, thunder. Cool. There we go. Overworld sacrificial altar. So this guy is done. We can go ahead and claim that. So the next one is the wasteland altars. And I think these have to be done in the wasteland. No, it says location anywhere. We need the Abyssal Wasteland Necronomicon. So this is the one that has 10,000. And we have the Dreadlands one. Yeah, this is the one that has 20,000. Okay, so we'll put the Overworld Sacrificial Altar there. That was hard to say for some reason. Uses, Abyssal Wasteland one. Okay, so again, same kind of thing. So we need Abyssal Stone Bricks. All right, I think that's all we need to do. So I'll just place these around next to each other instead of crisscross like we were doing before. Again, it doesn't really matter just as long as the items are on the pedestals, as far as I know. Yep, that works just fine as well. All right, and this one's done. So we can grab the Abyssal Wasteland Sacrificial Altar and quest complete again, which is awesome. All right. So now Dreadlands altars are the ones that we never did, and these can be done anywhere as well. So we'll grab the energy pedestal and we will grab this one by bookmark them. And these are going to require Abyssal Night Stone. Both of them. Okay, so both the recipes are the same. Abyssal. Oh my goodness, if I can spell right. Block of Abyssal Night and Abyssal Night Ingot. So how do you make Abyssal Night Stone Brick? So Abyssal Night Stone, so that's the cobblestone smelted, or it looks like it has EMC. So that's the way we are going to do it, because why would we do it any other way at this point? So Abyssal Stone Bricks. Okay, well, you know what? While we're in here, all right, so we can grab the cobblestone and the stone. I think it's probably a good idea to learn all of those. Okay, let's go ahead and actually, I was gonna say let's unlearn, but we need dreadstone brick. Do we have those? Dreadstone brick. We do. When we need 4 of those. Cool. All right, so we will unlearn this for now. We'll toss the Abyssal Night stuff in here, and we needed, I can't remember, the Abyssal Night stone brick. All right, so we just need to grab 4 of those guys. Whew. Okay, so then we need 4 corallium gems and 4 shadow gem shards. All right, well, I made the Dreadland Sacrificial Altar, but then we need the Abyssal Wasteland Energy Pedestal in order to make the next one. So we'll grab what we had our book sitting on before, and then we can upgrade that. So we can just place the purple blocks, the red blocks, the black shards, and the bluish green gems like so, and then do a shift right click on that altar, and that says it's using 1200. So I mean, we still got a decent amount of potential energy in our Necronomicon, but we will want to recharge that. And it should be a little bit easier now that we have the upgraded energy pedestal, I think. All right, so that completes the quest. Unless there's another one. Nope, that completes it. All right, so we can throw that guy right here. And that'll start getting a charge. It's got an internal buffer. And these different statues will go ahead and charge that up. And if we put our book on there, the pedestal will charge the book. And then we can also grab ourselves the ritual anchors, right? And I believe it is possible for us to tick accelerate this to speed up that process. So I think that is another thing that we're going to do. All right, let's go ahead and get this speeding up a little bit more. And yeah, that you can see like the laser beams are shooting much faster now, which means all the negative effects are going to happen more often. That's nice. That just blew out a few of my blocks. Monsters are going to start spawning in and other such things, but we can charge things much faster. Man, that like destroyed a lot of stuff, didn't it? There was a block underneath the altar there too. Oh, we got a husk. All right. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let this charge up, and then we will look at what it's going to take for us to upgrade to the next one. All right, well, that really didn't take as long as I was expecting it to take. In fact, that was only about maybe 2 minutes of time, and then everything was fully charged, which is great. It did leave a bunch of the Shoggoth ooze around, and it spawned in a whole cluster of the shadow monsters that I had to kill, which was pretty easy with this particular weapon. But anyway, let's fill that back in. I'll clean the rest of that up later. That's not a big deal. Yeah, but anyway, the next thing that we should look at is this wants us to go to Amethol in order for us to do that. In fact, do we have to go to Amethol in order to make this? I can't remember. Yeah, I think we do. So yeah, we will have to do that. But also we have this quest line right here in order to fight a boss. So I think we should probably look at this one next. So we need to make one of those, and we need to make one of these. Okay, so in order to make, let's take a look at this. The Altar of Chagroth, I guess is how you pronounce that. We need Azeroth's Dreaded Gateway Key. Well, we got that a while ago. So we have the Gateway Key, and that's how we make a portal, right? So we have that, guy. So we need Dreadstone, Dreadium Ingots, Bone, and then Dread Cloth. And we have Dread Cloth. What was the other? Dreadium and Dreadstone. So Dreadium. No, it was Dreadium Ingots and then Dreadstone. And then it was 2 bones, I think. I think that was it. So the cloth, 2 bones, 2 Dreadium Ingots, 2 Dreadstone, and this guy. This has to be done in the Dreadlands, and it requires 20,000 PE, and a sacrifice is required. So 20,000 PE is what our book holds completely filled up, so we have that ready to go. So a sacrifice means I think we can kill a sheep or a cow or something. So let's grab a mob imprisonment tool. Or we might already have one of these. I think like you just have to have the animal nearby. You start the thing and then you can pick it back up with the mob imprisonment tool. Is that what it is? You don't actually have to kill it yourself. But anyway, so we have all of this. So we need to go and do this in the Dreadlands. This other piece is another 20,000. So once we complete that, we're going to have to come back and do that all over again. I think we have all these different pieces. So let's go to the Dreadlands real quick and see if we can get this particular one going. And Dreadlands is right here. Hey, this takes us right where we need to be. Awesome. All right, so we'll do Dreadstone. We will do Dreadium, Dreadcloth, Bone, the key, and then what needs to be in the center here? Nothing needs to be in the center. So we have to have the sacrifice, and then we have to do the click. And I'll grab the sheep back just so it doesn't die. Okay, so as we've seen before, it's going to go ahead and just drain this all out. Oh, that's actually draining it really fast, so this is almost done. There we go. Awesome. So that is now completed. So there is the altar of Shoggoth, the bottom, and then we have to do the top portion of this, and we have to refill our thing. So let's go back to the overworld. Right back to our base here, and then we will put this, over here. So again, this is going to take a minute to fill this back up, but it should be fine. And I'll just kind of hang out away from that, so if monsters spawn, they'll despawn, and any negative potion effects won't affect me or whatever. Anyway, we gotta wait for that thing to finish charging. So in the meantime, I guess I will get these parts together, and then we'll just wait for this to happen. What a mess. And it keeps spawning these stupid Shoggoths. Let's get out of here. Die! You die too. How do I even kill those little guys that hold, like, the ingots or gems or whatever? I don't know. Like, you get up to them, and they get scared, and they poof away. I think maybe you get, like, 1 second or something to attack them. Okay, well, we were able to kill it. Anyway, I'll come through here and clean this up a bit later. Ooh, we got a Shoggoth soul. That's kind of cool. We also got another soul. This one right here, the Shadow Beast soul, which doesn't show up. So if we ever wanted to spawn in a whole bunch of those, yeah, we can definitely do that. But anyway, all this stuff is just clogging up my inventory. Let's go ahead and delete it all. Yeah, and our Dreadlands Necronomicon's ready to go, and we should be able to make this altar. Yeah, so let's go ahead and head back to the Dreadlands. And that takes us right back to where we need to be, so we can start placing some of these things here on the different pedestals. So it was 3 different cloth that we needed, a bucket, 2 sticks, stick, and that should be it. And that's gonna, oh yeah, it requires a sacrifice, and then it requires 20,000 PE, so we'll place the sheep down, do that, grab the sheep back. Alright, so again, that's probably draining this quite quickly, so that is just about done. And there it is. Awesome! So now we have this piece, so that is both of those, and that quest should now be completed. So this says go to Y level 40 at the Dreadlands Mountains, place the top part on the bottom, then place the top part on the bottom. Does that mean you place the bottom and you place this on top of it? I guess. Then right-click the top to enter the layer. That is a really confusing way to do it. Place the top part on the bottom. Well, maybe not. Anyway, I think we are out of time for today in order to complete this. But yeah, I think next episode, guys, we will be doing that particular thing. I think there is a few more quests. Yeah, there's still a few more quests here in the Omicron section of this book. We still have to do Omethal. We have to upgrade our book to that level. There's the Abyssalcraft after that. And then there's also this Sackthroth, Harbinger of Doom. Looks like it's a giant sword or something that we're going to have to kill. So we'll figure that out as well. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.